Welcome to the Brass and Woodwind shop. I have a baritone that has two valves that are stuck in the casings, and these valves will not go up and down at all, so I'm going to have to pull these valves out before I can fix them. And one is stuck in the up position and the other is stuck in the down position. So I have to pull these valves out before I can fix them. And the way you would do that, you would start by taking off the bottom valve caps, and then take a rag and clean up inside the casings. And then take some valve oil and put that in the casing, and make sure it gets on the side of the casing and not just the bottom of the valve. You can use penetrating oil too, but you need to make sure that the penetrating oil all gets cleaned up if you're going to do that. With valve oil, you do not need to worry about cleaning it up because that's what goes in the valve anyways. Often, if the valve is stuck in the downward position, it is not very stuck and usually is fairly easy to pull out. So what you could do to start is screw up the valve cap, and usually that's enough leverage just to pull it up a little bit. Usually if it's loosened even a little bit, it comes out easily. So let's see, yep, there it comes. So that valve is unstuck. The other valve that's stuck does not move with a reasonable amount of pressure, so what you do is pull off the top valve cap. You need to make sure that the top valve cap is off, because if you try to push it through from the bottom and the valve cap is on, it's not going to go anywhere. It will only damage the valve. So make sure this is unscrewed. If you'd like, you can also pull off the finger button and take that off. And it's also a good idea to pull the slides out, get them out of the way. You don't want to damage anything. Take a section of drumstick or dowel and put it in the bottom of the valve. I'm going to hold on to the drumstick with these two fingers, and I'm going to catch the valve from coming out with my thumb. And that's so that it doesn't fall and hit the bell when it comes out. Now I'm going to take the rawhide mallet and tap the dowel. Okay, and this seems to be coming out easily, and yes, it's loose, and there it comes. And the valve is unstuck. If the valve was more stuck, I could have tapped it harder without doing any damage. However, you do not want to tap it too hard because you can do damage. Here's a valve that someone damaged by tapping too hard, and you can see that there's a bulge on the inside of the port. What happened was somebody tapped it hard enough that the little end cap inside of the valve broke loose, and then it started pushing down until it ran into the port, and then it started pushing it from the inside. And probably also when it pushed that out, it probably bulged the outside of the valve. So this valve is pretty much destroyed, or at least it will take a lot of work to get this working again if somebody wanted to make this work. You have to be careful when you're tapping the valves out. If you have the dowel in there and you feel the dowel moving but the valve is not moving, then probably the end plug came loose. If that starts to happen, stop tapping, and what you can do next is take a larger dowel that's the same size as the casing and put it into the casing, and that way it will line up on the edge of the bottom of the piston. Then you can tap the valve out without even touching the end plug in the bottom of the piston. Now that the valves are out, I can clean them and fix whatever the problem was causing them to stick in the first place and put them back in. As always, if you're not comfortable doing this repair, do not do it. You can cause damage if you're not careful. I hope this video has been helpful. Please subscribe for more band instrument repair videos.